This is incredible. Absolutely unbelievable. I'm filming with my phone, so if there's any wind noise, I do apologise, and it is a little bit blowy. But this is Lake Cooper. It's been dry for years. It's part of the Carp Lakes in northern Victoria, between Elmore and Stanhope, or near Kyabram. Now that lake out there, I'd guess, is probably 3 metres deep, 2 to 3 metres deep, if not more. Only about 4 weeks ago, my wife and Loretta and I, we came over here and we parked where I'm parked now. We walked out there, through that line of weeds that you can see, those bushes were over my head. And then we walked out 300 or 400 metres right out into the lake bed. It was bone dry. The ground was soft, but it was dry, and we were photographing birds that were sort of flying all around the plains over there. I forget what sort of birds they were. And then we went for a drive along a track that sort of goes off there and then around there, and we drove right down around there. Look, we were looking for brolgers. We didn't see any brolgers. We saw a fox and about 2 dozen hares. There's a lot of hares here. But the point I'm making is this lake has been decommissioned. This was decommissioned in, I think, 2001 or 2008 or something, quite a long time ago. And now, thanks to our incredibly wet year, wet winter and particularly wet spring, Lake Cooper's full. Lake Cooper is full. Now, the nearby Greens Lake, I'm going over there shortly, that's full as well. It's not full. Greens Lake is still listed on the Goulburn Murray Water website. This one here, Lake Cooper, this isn't. So, to me, it looks full. I don't know whether it can hold much more. Maybe it can go up a little bit more, I don't know. But I know Greens Lake, which is also filled up really quickly thanks to rain runoff, is at 77% of its capacity. But I'll go into that when I get over there and have a look. I'm actually hoping to wet a line over there. I'm not going to fish here because this was dry. Only like literally 4 or 5 weeks ago this was dry. So I would imagine that there'll be a few fish in here now, most likely a few carp, possibly a few redfin. And over the next year or two, I think they'll breed up. And over the next couple of years, this is going to be a premier carp fishery. Hopefully there'll be some redfin in here too. I don't really know, but I'm sure the carp will wash in from somewhere. There's always carp in dams or somewhere that'll wash in and make their way in here. So I am sure that this will take off as a carp fishery over the next couple of years. Now, I won't be stocked with fish, I wouldn't imagine, because it has been decommissioned. So it's now just a natural lake and it'll probably dry up. I don't know how long that'll take. My guess is a good few years would be my guess. A few dry years would be my guess. Greens Lake, on the other hand, it has been stocked with yellow belly and cod. Fisheries have taken a few out, but there'll still be a few in there. And there's also redfin in there because it didn't dry up. It still had water. It was drying and it looked like drying up, but then nature has come and delivered before it had the chance to dry up. And therefore, any redfin that were in there will now spawn like mad and repopulate, and so will the carp. So Greens Lake is looking better as a fishery over the next couple of years. I'm going over there soon and I'll film that as well and show you all. But for now, let's just check out Lake Cooper. Just absolutely incredible. I can see a wedge-tail eagle way up there high in the sky. They were literally flying like 20 metres above my head. I stood up on this picnic table where I am now and they flew straight over top of me just before I started filming. I'll show you that. I did film them with my phone before I started filming this video. I don't know whether you can see a couple of shiny roofs way over there, but that's the township of Carp. These lakes are part of the Carp Lakes. So I'm going to head over to Carp now and we'll see how the lake looks from over the other side. But isn't it amazing? This was dry, bone dry a few weeks ago. Now I can see heaps of swans just out there. There's quite a few hardhead ducks just tucked away in over there. I've seen a couple of teal. I heard a whistling duck before. I think it might have been a pinky duck. I didn't see it, but I reckon I heard it. They've just turned up. As soon as the water's here, so is the life. Anyway, I'll show you these eagles and then I'll take you over there to the township of Carp and we'll see what the boat ramp looks like. The Lake Cooper boat ramp with water on it. That is so cool. right above my head. There's another one right there. Directly over top. Wow. Right now I'm back over at the Carp township. You can see the old jetty up there. In a video on Loretta's channel recently, we walked out onto that old jetty and looked down. It was a few metres down to the bottom. And out here, look at that. Water brings life. It is amazing to see speedboats back on Lake Cooper. Just fantastic. The clarity of the water isn't great, as you would expect, because it's filled up purely with rain runoff and flood runoff. But I reckon that'll settle. I think it'll clear up a little bit. But the mosquitoes are crazy. Knock, knock. How you going?
Yeah, good. How are you?
How good is it to have water back in the lake?
Fantastic. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I know what that was for.
That's the huge big boat ramp. When we were here last, there was a steep drop off the end down into grass. So there's boats. There's a boat on the water. There's a couple of boats about to launch. This should have permanent water in it. This is just fantastic. Check this out. .300 horsepower on the back of that boat. The locals here are loving having water back in the lake.